One of the most crazy things about the modern world is that people think that your mental strength and your mental resilience has absolutely no bearing on your physical strength and physical resilience. It's like your mind is inside of your body. And people talk about mental health, and they want to keep mental health completely segmented from your physical health and also from your lifestyle. Like, they're linked. When someone comes along and goes, what about mental health? I say, okay, right, we can talk about mental health, but you're fat as fuck. So let's start here. No, but you can't ignore that. Or
I think that personally, bro.
So, no, I was about to tell or they'll come to me and say, I'm depressed. It's like, okay, but we won't talk about mental health, that's fine. But your life is shit. You are objectively a loser. Like, you can take pills to pretend you're not a loser, or try and forget the fact, or be happy with the fact you're a loser. But if you're gonna live that lifestyle, let me tell you something, my friend. If I was you, I'd be depressed. You know why God made your girl leave you? Because he wanted to show you that you ain't shit. He wanted to show you that your little Twitch stream and the arrogance you've built with your stupid social media accounts controlled by the Matrix, and that your little dumb parties with Instagram hoes and whatever else you're doing means nothing. He wanted to show you that you are human and you're fallible and that you're very replaceable. So he decided to make you fall in love with a girl, and he decided to make her leave you to show you that you are a kid. Now it is your job to look at the board, understand what's happened, say, I understand, God, I deserve that. I'm glad she left me and I'm sad because I am a kid. And do something about it. Because if you refuse, if you ignore God's message, next time you fall in love with a guess what he's going to do?
What?
He's going to make her leave you. To remind you once again that you are a kid. Every single man out here, if you're upset that your girl's leaving you, God is reminding you that you aren't worth shit. You need to get up and work so hard that even in the eyes of God, he is proud of you. The difference between a real G and a simp is once she no longer adheres to your creeds, once she no longer is benefiting your life in real time, once she shows disrespect for your generosity, instead of continuing to give to her, and instead of continuing to chase her and continuing to allow her to benefit from who you are as a man without complimenting you for who you are as a man, you stop talking to her. That's the difference between a G and a simp. A lot of people say, oh bro, look, he bought her a bunch of champagne, he's a simp. No, absolutely not. If he meets a beautiful woman and she makes his life better, and he takes care of her absolutely, and she genuinely protects his spirit and prays for him and loves him with all of her heart, there is nothing simpy in any regard by giving her the best possible version of life. But if she decides to disrespect you, well then it's a different thing, right? A simp will continue to give, a real G won't. Every single thing that exists out there inside of the Matrix is done so with a purpose. They don't give you the news for free because they want you to be informed. They give you the news for free because they want you to watch it so they can tell you what to think. Every class you learn in school, every TV program you watch, every website you find, all of them are created to keep your mind inside of a box. Because by keeping you inside of a box, they can keep you broke. When they keep you broke, you must adhere to society's rules and laws, even if you know they're unfair, so you have enough money to eat. This is how they control you. I remember saying to my teacher, I was in Luton, right, and there was these two Asian lads, don't tell Tommy, but these two Asian lads, and they had a Lamborghini, and I was at the BP, the petrol station at night, and they were in the Lambo, and I was in my friend's Corsa, we were in a normal car, and I said to my friend, when you look at them in their Lamborghini, do you think he studied hard in school, or do you think he's a drug? And my friend said, I was like, doesn't this prove to everyone that nobody believes you get rich from school? Nobody believes it. I said this to my teacher. He's like, no, but if you go to college and you go to university. I was like, whoa, I'm going to be 20, what, 25? What? No, I want money now. I don't have time for this junk. People say to me all the time, I have a business idea. A week later, I'll say, how's your business? I go, what business? You have an idea, and it's been a week. Where's your fucking company? Where's your business? It's been a week, you ain't done shit. People are lazy, people are slow, people are complacent, including you. Everything must happen instantly, quickly, fast, speed, attack. Lesson 1. Speed. Speed is extremely important in business. Everything that needs to be done must be done fast.
Somewhere on this planet, there is someone who is your age, may look a bit like you, who was just given some bad fucking news. Either they were just given a cancer diagnosis and given 2 weeks to live, or the police just knocked on the door and said, your family's dead. A bomb in Syria or a chemical attack in Yemen. And if you were to sit there and explain to them your problems, they would swap lives with you in a heartbeat. And this is what most of you motherfuckers don't understand. You're not grateful for what you have because you don't understand and don't anticipate that there's someone out there who would do anything to have what you have. There are people who would do anything to trade with you. And if you were to sit there and try and explain to them all your problems, and you were to tell them all your stupid reasons that you don't like your life, they'd sit there and listen to them all and go, okay, yeah, no problem, let's swap. Because they understand what real problems are. They have genuine issues. You don't have any fucking issues. If you're watching this right now, you have no real fucking issues. Your life is good, and someone would do anything to...
The number one thing that you can do as a man is just to get your life in order. Just be the strongest, most honorable, best version of yourself. Don't be a bad person. Be a good person. Tell the truth. Be honorable. Protect the people that you care about. Be polite to everybody. Make as much money as you can. Go to the gym. Get in good shape. Find other guys who are on the same mission as you. That's what you need to do. And by doing that in and of itself, you're automatically going to be a beacon of resistance. Even if you don't do anything or say anything, just being a person who has his life in order, who's not struggling within his own mind, who's not depressed, who's not sad, who has other people on the same mission, same path as him, that's going to make you a beacon of resistance.
All these people who talk about toxic masculinity and how bad it is for men to be traditionally masculine. A traditionally masculine man does things he doesn't feel like doing because it is his duty to do them. He charges into the burning building because it is his duty. Not because he feels like it, because it is his duty. We're now teaching the new generation of men that they don't have duty and they can just act on their feelings and they don't have to act as a man should. Do you know what happens when you get men who just act how they feel? You get school shooters, you get violence, you get rapists. Men who do not control their emotions are dangerous. If you find a man who is stoic, he's not going to hurt people. If you find a man who just acts out on impulse and does whatever he feels like, you're going to find a dangerous man. Sitting here telling men to cry more and act with their feelings and it's okay to feel this way, that way, etc., and have no self-control. That is why we have the problems we have in the world. Absolutely not really wrong. So when they talk about toxic masculinity, they have it completely inverse, on its head. We need to be teaching stoicism. We need to be teaching young men to understand that the world is very, very difficult. It's hard to be a man. You're going to feel bad sometimes. You need to suck it up and perform anyway. Not to sit there and cry your eyes out or blame other people.
I need to get rich. I want to get rich. I'm sitting with my brother and I'm like, how can we get rich? When's the last time you talked about money? When's the last time you sat down with your friends and refused to talk about anything else but how to make money? How are you making money? How are you making money? How am I making money? How can we make money together? How's that guy making money? How's that coffee shop there making money? I want to be rich, but they have no plan to get rich. And a hope and a plan are very different things. I explain this to people all the time. Everyone has a dream, but no one has a plan. You have to plan for it.
What do you say to young men who come to you for advice, who feel lost, who don't really know where they fit into society?
I say that life as a man is exceptionally difficult. I say the most beautiful and the most terrifying thing about being a man is you're born without value. Society doesn't care about you. You're only going to be cared about based on how useful you are. You have the chance to build yourself up and become a superhero if you're prepared to do the hard work and be indefatigable enough to never quit. But if you're going to stand around and wait for a handout, nobody's going to ever respect you. And I think that a lot of people have forgotten about how difficult and how competitive it is as a man. We're always in constant competition with each other. And it's your duty as a man to stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible. And I need to work hard to achieve those things.
You start at the same time as everybody else. You don't have an advantage over everybody else. You're going to run a race. You want to go first, don't you? Right? So do you have to wait for the calendar to reset because you really need that little bit of extra motivation to not be a lazy piece of shit? Do you need to see a number 1 on the calendar to get up and get your work done? It's the day after Christmas. The check's fuel, jumped on the plane, and I'm going out to the streets to make money. And I have a bunch of money, and I'm up working. So I don't know how you can sit at home with no money and think, oh, I don't need to go work right now. I can wait for the new year. No, you fucking cannot wait. You take 2 people, one believes in ghosts and one doesn't. You put them both in haunted houses. And in the middle of the night, there's a bang. The person who believes in ghosts is now terrified. There's a ghost. They're calling an exorcist. They're panicking in the room. They're hiding. The person who doesn't believe in ghosts goes, win, goes back to sleep. It's the same noise. It's the same scenario. But it's the belief that's in their mind that ruins their life. If believing in the idea of depression is going to take my own power away, then I won't believe in it. I believe in things that make me strong. Motivation is not a real thing. You're never going to be permanently motivated to do things that you don't want to do.
So then, Andrew, how do I do it? Like, how do I do it?
People who train every day don't want to train every day. They are not motivated to train every day. They are something else. Motivation is the wrong word. They are not motivated. They are disciplined.
Andrew, are there ever days where you don't feel like working out or you don't feel like doing work?
Every fucking day, I don't feel like doing things that I still do. It's called discipline. It's called being a man. It's not about feeling like doing it. If you only do things you feel like doing, you know what you end up doing?
What?
You end up sitting around with a belly, drinking soya fucking latte bullshit. That's what you end up doing if you only do what you feel like doing. You have to wake up and say, I don't feel like training, but I must train.